Hi there! Welcome back to my channel. This is ArNi, and yes, welcome to the family! If you're new here, please don't forget to click the subscribe button over here. And so yes, welcome. So in today's video, I'm gonna call this segment Coffee Time with ArNi. Woohoo! So as many of you do not know, maybe because this is our first time introducing ourselves like quite really deep, but I do love coffee. I'm a coffee lover. So last time when I had my farewell party, I basically got a lot of coffee gifts from my students and from my teachers as well and staff. So the reason for that is because I just love coffee. So I thought it would be nice to probably make a vlog about like coffee time with me, and I talk about different topics about many things. And because this is the first time, so first of all, don't forget to get your coffee with you and let's talk about it. Okay, so today's topic is all about things that I learned about Japan and Japanese people over the past 3 years. So I now live in Japan for 3 years, and so I've tried looking into the different angles of my life lessons in Japan, and obviously these are just my personal opinions about what I learned about Japan, what it can vary to people. So this is just a disclaimer saying that I'm not generalizing Japanese people if you're against it or if you're pro to it. So I'd be also open to hear your thoughts. So don't forget to leave that in the comment section below. So let's get started. Number one, I thought that moral education in Japan is really focused. They more focused on moral education. So what I'm trying to stress that many people always say that, oh, the service in Japan is really good, the people are really nice and kind, and and they're just kind to others. And I feel that the bottom line is that because Japanese people were educated like that, so you probably could see that in many articles, vlogs on Facebook, Instagram, or anywhere else, that Japanese people really do follow the rules of their country, right? That's why they wear masks when they get sick, they queue, they wait in line, they never of course there are some people who are against those rules and they become they become outstanding in the society, but other than that, they really just do follow the rules, the basic rules, and they think that that is right, and right is always good, so to say. But it's for me like good in a way, because once you're a customer in this country, they treat you very well, so they call you God. They always have a saying here in Japan saying that customers are not just right, customers are gods. Okay, so if you're a customer, it's really good because you get the benefit, to get the experience, the benefits of it. But on the other side, I feel like if you are the one that is working for a company, or whether you are in the service industry, then you also have to set yourself to that standard. Meaning, if you have a bad day or if you do have a good day, whatever it is, you need to be stable. You can't be just lazy now, good later, very energetic on this day. No, you have to be energetic at all times. You have to give that service at your max level, no matter what day that is. You lost your pet, you heard the bad news, you just can't do anything with it. So you see what I mean? There is what we call the perks of that, and somehow a not so good side of it. I wouldn't call it negative, but it's a very stressful thing to do. So this will lead me to my second thing that I learned about Japan and Japanese people. So here's a very surprising thing. So mental clinics and mental illnesses in Japan is quite normal and accepted. So you know why? Because I myself went to the Tokyo hospital one time, and I did see a floor or a sort of department there that is for mentally ill people. So they do have medicines for that. If you feel sad, I know that they do have a pill that will make you happy. If you don't feel really well, I know that they have a pill that will make your mood bright, or it will give you more energy and stuff like that. They do have that. So I felt like, again, there's a good thing about it because people do understand and they are very realistic that this is happening in this generation. So we have to start thinking about this. So the third interesting thing that I learned about Japan, and this is probably because I work in a Japanese company for so long. Now I'm working for a kind of like an international company, but also there are a lot of Japanese people that I communicate with. And it's very interesting that in Japan, you communicate by reading the atmosphere. Now, probably you do have a lot of, question marks in your head, but yes, they call it kuki o yumeru, kuki o yumeru, which means like you have to read the atmosphere. So if a Japanese person say to you, it's okay can mean yes and no, and you have to understand that. How do you understand that? Like by atmosphere, there's really no words, no explanation, no communication in there. It's just you have to read the atmosphere. So say for example at work, when everybody's still working and it's already past the hour of your duty time, like they usually finish work at 5 if you're working in an office, or 6 maybe, or 7, and nobody goes home yet. So in that case, if you are the very first person to stand up, people might probably think of you as a selfish person, or a person who never reads the atmosphere. Why? Because everybody works hard. You see, nobody in the room is standing up and going home, unless it's probably your boss. So then everybody just leaves. So there's just one thing. You have to read the atmosphere. So in that case, nobody will tell you. You just have to understand by looking around, by checking if everybody's still working. You can't stand up for yourself and just go home on your own. Nobody will tell you, but nobody would tell you that it's not good. But one day it might come. Somebody might tell you that, you're going home quite early. So that's why a lot of people here do work overtime, and that is quite normal. All right, next is that Tokyo. Tokyo is where I live at the moment, and Tokyo is an expensive city to live in. Yes. So, just a sec. That's what I noticed about, for the past 3 years, I never felt that I have saved, a lot in this city. Like the way I, presumed it before I came into Japan is that the salary is really high. Maybe if I stay home, it would give me that opportunity to save up. But to be honest, living in this country, you need to have at least 100,000 yen to survive for not even your food, but in a very cheap, apartment. It might be old and, small. It's fine, but that's just the standards of living, From there, you have to pay a lot of things. You have to pay your electricity bill, you have to pay your internet bill, your phone bill, your water bill, your transportation and allowance. You need to have your food. And that's not even extra. That's part of your life cycle. Having 100,000 yen every month. Seriously, if you don't work in a good company, you don't earn that. You know, if you're a part-time worker, you need to work a lot. And so that's very interesting for me. Tokyo life is really expensive. That's the truth. And yeah, nothing else to add on that. One thing or the other, you know, it's an expensive place to live, that is right, but also it's a very convenient place to live. So yeah, you can see you know, trains everywhere, and you know, you can just go everywhere you want. You can do indoor sports, you can eat at wonderful restaurants, you can meet your friends everywhere. Everything is just at your convenience. Yes. And yeah, okay. And the next one, yes, I really noticed that every time I speak with my students, every time I talk to Japanese people, they always are engaged in activities or hobbies. Yes. Yeah, let me help you understand what I mean to say by they engage themselves in activities. So what I mean by that is that every time I ask them about their hobbies, maybe they play sports, maybe they hang out with their friends, they shop, they draw, they they garden, they grow flowers, they take pictures, they hike, they swim, they do a lot of different things, and it's really interesting, and it's very nice. You know, I would love to promote this as well, even in the Philippines, even to my family, even to my parents, because they're already old. So I would really, you know, introduce that kind of thing. They make themselves busy, you know, in the times wherein they want to stress out, right? So of course, like working full week and having those overtimes and stresses, they deserve something. And quite a lot of them really like are in the arts part. Like I know a lot of, you know, people who sings on their free time, or they dance, they play the piano, they play the guitar, and many things. So yes, I do love that part about Japan though. Like I can ask them a lot of questions about it, and I learn something about it as well. Okay, thank you so much for for watching this vlog and for having your coffee with me. So yeah, I will try to do as many videos like this as possible. If you like it, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you do have more ideas of what I should film, you can also put that in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe if you're a newcomer. Goodbye!